This is the final part of our topic, solving joint variation. Just like in solving direct and inverse variation, joint variation has also the same procedure. Let's review first the steps in solving variation. Number 1 is to identify the given variation. And obviously here, the given variation is joint variation. Number 2 is to write the equation. Number 3 is to divide the whole statement into two parts. Next one is to solve for the constant, and lastly is to solve for the missing value of the variable. Let's have our first example here. If f varies jointly as g and the cube of h, and f is equal to 200 when g is equal to 5 and h is equal to 4, find f when g is equal to 3 and h is equal to 6. Again, the first step is to identify the given variation, and this is a joint variation. And number 2 is to write the equation. So the statement is if f varies jointly as g and the cube of h. So the equation for that is f is equal to k g and h cube, or raised to 3. So that is our equation. F varies jointly as g and cube of h. Next one is to divide the whole statement into two parts. So if you still remember, yung magiging division natin ay dun sa word na find. So that is our keyword, find. So the word find is here, and the first part is until h is equal to 4. So this will be our first part, and the second part is find f when g is 3 and h is 6. Next one is to solve for the constant. To solve for the constant, we're going to use the equation. So we're going to replace the values of the first part of the statement and then solve for the constant. So the value of f is 200. And rewrite k. Next one, g is equal to 5. So again, we have two values of g, 5 and 3. So yung 5 yung ginamit natin kasi ito ay first part ng solving and ito ay nasa first part ng statement. So g is equal to 5. And then h is equal to 4. Then raised to 3. Let's simplify the given. Bring down 200 and then k times 5. So exponent first. 4 raised to 3 is 4 times 4 times 4. So we have 4 times 4 is 16 times 4 is 64. And then after that, so we're going to isolate k, but before that, we still have to multiply 64 and 5. So we have here 200 is equal to k. So 64 times 5 is 320. Next one, we're almost done here. X is almost isolated, but we have to divide both sides by 320, so we can cancel 320, then divide by 320. So we have here 200 over 320 is equal to k. We are not yet done since the given is not yet in simplest form. So switch muna natin, so later on mas madali nating makita yung final answer. So we have k is equal to 200 over 320. This is not yet our final answer. To simplify it more, we have to get its lowest term. And to get its lowest term, we have to divide both numerator and denominator by 40. 200 divided by 40 is 5. So we have here k 5, and 320 divided by 40 is 8. So our final answer here is 5 over 8. We are not yet done with our solving since our main goal is to find the value of f, and that will be the last step. So we're going to write first the given equation. We have here f is equal to k g h raised to 3. And this time, we are going to use the second part of the statement or the given. So again, we're going to replace the value. So f, then k is equal to 5 over 8. Then g is equal to 3. And h is equal to 6 raised to 3. So after that, we're going to simplify first the exponent. We have here f is equal to 5 over 8 times 3. And then 6 raised to 3 is 216. So if we're going to check that, that will be 6 times 6 and then multiply it again by 6. After that, we're going to multiply the fraction by 3 and 216. I put a denominator of 1 for both 3 and 216 so we can see it clearly on how we are going to multiply. So we're going to multiply the numerator, then multiply the denominator. So we have here 5 times 3. So we have here 15. And then 15 times 216. So that will be, so we have 216 times 15. So we have 30. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 times 2, so that is 10. So 6, 1 and 2. So 0, 14. Carry 1. So we have 3,240. And then all over 8. So if we're going to divide 3,240 by 8, so we will get 405. And this will be our final answer. So the value of f is 405. Let's have another example. If a varies jointly as b and the square root of c, and a is equal to 21 when b is equal to 5 and c is equal to 36, find a when b is equal to 9 and c is equal to 225. Again, the first step is to identify the given variation. And again, this one is a joint variation. Number 2 is to write the equation. A varies jointly as b and the square root of c. The equation will be a is equal to k, b, and then square root of c. So this will be our equation. We have here square root of c. Square root of c. After that is to divide the whole statement into two parts. So this is the word find. So it will end until here. So this will be the ending of our first part and then the start of the second part. The next is to look for the constant, and we are going to use the equation. Replace the value. So a is equal to 21. And then bring down k. B is equal to 5. And c is equal to 36. So we have here square root of 36. So the first thing we have to simplify here is the square root of 36. 21 is equal to k times 5, and then square root of 36 is, so we're just going to get the positive. Then after that, multiply the two numbers here. So 5 times 6 is 30. Then almost done. Divide both sides by 30. Cancel 30. The k is already alone. So we have 21 over 30. Then after that, we're going to get the lowest term, or switch muna natin. So we have here k is equal to 21 over 30. Lowest term. So both numbers are divisible by 3. 21 divided by 3 is 7. And then 30 divided by 3 is 10. So our k here is equal to 7 over 10. Then after that, the last one is to solve for the missing value of the variable. And we are looking for the value of a. Let's rewrite first the given equation. We have a is equal to k, b, and then square root of c. Replace the value, and this time we are going to use the values for the second part of the statement. Bring down a. The value of k is 7 over 10. And then the value of b is 9. And then the value of c here is 225. So square root of 225. So we're going to simplify first with, or the number with the square root or radical sign. 7 over 10 times 9. We will just get the positive. So square root of 225 is 15. Since we have fraction, so we're going to have, or to write over 1. So we're going to multiply first all the numerator and then multiply all the denominator. 7 times 9 is 63. And then multiply by 15. So we have here 945. And then over 10. So we can still reduce this to lowest term. And then they are both divisible by 5. So 945 divided by 5 is 189. And 10 divided by 5 is equal to 2. And this could be our final answer. But if you're going to divide this and use decimal, so 945 divided by 10 is equal to 94.5. So aside from having 189 over 2 as our final answer, so we can also have 94.5. And that is our answer.